This is Amy Davis, and I have Charmaine here, but she's getting in the trunk of the vehicle. We are, I don't know if you can see, outside of Grissom Air Force Base, headed to Ketopalouza. Pretty excited about this. We're well on our way. It's 10 a.m. and she's talking on the phone right now, so I'll probably check in later, give you an update. And excited about the trip. So, say hi, Charmaine.
Hello.
All right, she's on the phone, so I'm going to let you go, and we will check in when we get closer to Louisville. I'll talk to you later. Hey, Michiana Keto Rock Stars. Amy Davis here. Sorry, I'm eating a beef stick while I'm going live. No judging. I'm here with Charmaine. She's over here on the couch.
Hello.
We made it to the Galt House in Louisville. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what... Sorry, we already have stuff out here. This is what the hotel room looks like. I probably should have cleaned my camera off a little bit. It's very nice. Yeah, she's on camera. I'm going to just take you a tour into what our hotel room looks like. Ooh, somebody's watching. We're going to go into the bathroom. Hi, Bernadette. Very nice hotel room. I don't think we got into the new side, but it's still very nice. Also, Charmaine and I just scored tickets to go see Jelly Roll.
Woohoo!
Somehow, when we were parking the vehicles, or when Charmaine was checking us in, I went up to the valet, and I happened to see Jelly Roll's name on the list. And so they thought I was some famous person, and I should have told them I was that famous person to score tickets or to score free parking, but I didn't have the heart to do that. But I saw Jelly Roll was on the list, so Charmaine was actually able to get us tickets, I think like 20 rows in. So we're gonna go see Jelly Roll tomorrow at the KFC Center.
Yep.
So we'll check in later. We're getting ready to go register. Had to get a snack and some water. Sorry, I'm talking and eating at the same time because I have no shame. But the hotel rooms are beautiful. We're excited to get this conference started. And I will check in later. See you guys later. Welcome, Michiana Keto Rock Stars. It is Rockin Amy Davis here, and we are the morning of the conference here in Louisville, Kentucky. And I'm standing in the Galt House Hotel, and we're getting ready to enter the conference here in a little bit. I just wanted to show you this beautiful view here from inside the Galt House. We're looking at the river. It's so pretty. The sun is just getting ready to come up. I'm looking at the bridge there in the distance. It's just so pretty here. And I got to meet Maria Emmerich yesterday and Dr. Ken Berry. It's so pretty. I will give you updates later. I'm going to try to take some notes. It's not letting me zoom in. Oh, here we go. Just a beautiful view here. There's the bridge that many are going to walk across tomorrow on a 4-mile hike. Again, we're getting ready to go in here in about 10 minutes and see some vendors. We're going to hear some speakers today, which I will post who we're getting ready to hear speak. We're going to hear Maria Emmerich speak this morning. Dr. Berry's going to speak later today. Again, just really pumped to hear what everybody has to say. I'm going to take notes and hopefully share some of these thoughts and maybe do a debrief with you. Oh, it looks like the riverboat. That's the riverboat right there. I'm not going to get a chance to go on that, but sometime I'd like to come back and take the riverboat cruise. So, again, I'm really pumped. I'm having a great time. Charmaine is here with me, and we're just having a blast already, and we haven't even got in to hear our speakers yet. So, again, I will try to... oh, and we did buy Jelly Roll tickets. So we are going to go to a Jelly Roll concert tonight. He is staying in this hotel as well. So I will try to give you some more information later, and we will touch base with y'all. Everybody have a wonderful day. Touch base with you later. Take care. Crazy Rockin Keto Amy Davis. Thank you for joining us for tonight's live. Sorry I'm getting a later start. I had some audio issues. I had to restart twice now. Thank you for joining us for this live tonight on Tuesday night instead of Sunday night. As always, I'm not a medical professional. Any information provided in this forum is not to be used as medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or services to you or any other person. Any information provided in this forum does not replace being seen by a physician. If you have a medical condition, please seek medical advice from a physician. As always, please consult with a physician before changing your diet. Jana is in the house. Hey, Jana, welcome. As always, if you feel comfortable, please feel free to post in the comments what city and state you're watching from. And if you're watching this live, type live. But if you're watching on the replay, please type replay so that if you have questions, I can come back tomorrow or whenever you're watching it and come back and answer your questions. It says there's 2 people in, but I only see Jana in right now. Hey, if you're watching, type a comment in so that I can make sure I see your comments. Say hello, hi, type something so I can make sure I can see your comments. So the reason why I'm having a live tonight as opposed to Sunday, well, I traveled back from a very important conference called Ketopalouza, and boy, wow, just wow, I can't even tell you what a life-changing experience this was. I don't know why I haven't done that conference before. It's been around, I think, 4 years now, and it was just life-changing, and everyone there. Hi, Dad. My dad's here, Jim. Hi, Jim. Hi, Dad. It was a life-changing experience, and everyone hugs you and embraces you. Bernadette is here. Hey, Bernadette. Everyone embraces you like family. And I just shared a video from Andy, and Andy talked about me in her video, and she just touched me like just by sharing that, and I just can't even explain to you. You have to go. You just have to go, especially if you just need some support in your journey or you need some encouragement, and you don't have to feel like you're even far enough along in your journey. Some people go just to get a restart, but the speakers were amazing, the food was amazing, and somehow I even got to go to a Jelly Roll concert in the middle of all that. What? I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But I want to get started because I kind of want to debrief you on the speakers and kind of the experience. And also we got a goodie bag, so I kind of want to go through that a little bit. So I took some notes about the speakers and some of the things that they said that I felt was important as they were saying them. And you can go out to YouTube. Each of these speakers has a YouTube channel that you can go through and research them and watch their videos and kind of get a feel. And almost all of them have books, videos themselves. Jana, which book of Dr. Barry's did you order? He has several. He has Lies My Doctor Told Me. He has Kicking Ass Over 50. And he has Common Sense Labs. I have Lies My Doctor Told Me. Yeah, you have to go with me next year. You just have to. I will come to your house and drag you there if I have to. Yeah, start with that one's awesome. And then I just ordered Common Sense Labs. So that should be a good one. So, honestly, I really connected with Two Crazy Ketos. Hi, Amanda. Welcome. So, I connected with Two Crazy Ketos. Their story was amazing. They're actually from Florida. They almost didn't make it because they were kind of trapped in the hurricane. So, they had a little difficulty getting here. So, it was only Rachel who spoke because Joe was trying to get the RV. He's trying to travel with the RV up here because they're a huge RVer. So they have two channels. They have their keto channel and their RV channel. So they were trying to get it up to Alliance in Elkhart. So they're in Elkhart right now. I'm going to try to hook up with them if they make themselves available to that. But Rachel's mom, actually, her story was her mom had a blockage in her artery. And she started keto. And when they went to go do surgery or do work on it, they found that her blockage was totally reversed. So that story in itself was totally amazing. I could not believe it. So some of the things that they said that kind of resonated was they had a phrase, quit it now, quit the bad habits now, stop doing things, the bad things, like ditch the sugar, the rice, the pasta, the grains, and the frankenfood. You'll often hear me say frankenfood, so I'm not the only one saying that. Start doing the things you need to be doing. So they said that. They also said lead with meat when you eat. So normally when we go to restaurants and stuff, they serve us a salad first, right? So we eat salads and the breads and all this other stuff first. But their advice is to start with the meat. So you eat your protein first and then you eat the other stuff last, which makes total sense. Eat the garbage last and eat your meat first. Eat your protein first. That way you get full first on the good stuff, the protein, and then you eat less of the other stuff, which makes total sense. Honor your hunger and satiation cues. So when you're hungry, eat, and when you're full, stop. So stop propping your day up with caffeine. That is my total problem. I just do too much. And so I'm always overloading myself with caffeine, and I probably shouldn't. So I always try to fuel myself with caffeine. So I'm guilty of that myself. Ditch the seed oils. And I can't wait to tell you about something one of our other speakers talked about later on. So ditch the seed oils and move your body. And that's another thing I need to work on is getting more exercise. Pursue better sleep. Who needs to do that? Who needs to sleep better? I definitely need to do that. Pursue stress management is another thing they focus on. Stay hydrated and be consistent. You won't be successful if you're doing a roller coaster of your goals. You have to get in the habit and be consistent. Another few things that Rachel talked about was, and I know we're probably all guilty of this, but stop giving other people votes in your health journey. So if you're letting people criticize you or talk you out of doing things or working their way into your brain on your health journey, you have to make this your decision and don't let other people weigh in on it. It's your decision and you have to make it a priority for yourself. This is your journey, not theirs. You have to live in your body, not them. You have to live in your life, not them. So I thought that was very inspiring, and that was a good message as well. If you follow these steps, you will reduce your medical expenses, and then guess what? You can buy more meat. So I thought that was a great message as well. Again, eat the meat first, then the side dishes. And then here's a big one. Stop comparing yourself to others. I know when I started, I felt that my weight loss journey was slower than my husband's. His weight seemed to like drop off like that. And I was he could like quit drinking soda and a bunch of weight fell off. And like I had to really work at it, it seemed like. Don't compare yourself to someone else. So everybody's journey is different. So that was Two Crazy Ketos. The next speaker was Maria Emmerich. Now, this one was kind of emotional for me because when I first started on keto 6 years ago, my sister, hey Kevin, welcome. So when I first started on keto 6 years ago, she was one of the first people I started following because my sister Janine, I'll go into that story some other time, but she sent me her recipes. So I really did not know how to cook keto. I was just making like grilled chicken all the time and broccoli, and I was like, if I have one more piece of grilled chicken and broccoli, I'm going to jump off a bridge. So my sister just started sending me a bunch of recipes, and she really turned me on to Maria Emmerich's recipes. So that's how I got started with Maria Emmerich's recipes, and I was like, instead of quitting, I kept going because I had variety. She sent me other people's recipes too. You just bought that book today. Awesome. So I had variety, and Maria's recipes allowed me to sustain further than just grilled chicken and broccoli. So, and one day I will document, probably on YouTube, my entire journey starting in 2007 when I had brain surgery. I haven't really ever explained the entire journey that I've had, but I'll talk about that at some point because there's a lot to it. But so she got up and she points out that keto, carnivore, low carb is a proper diet because this is what our ancestors have always eaten. They ate meat. And we didn't always have processed foods. We didn't have, we had unleavened bread, but we didn't have processed bread. So she also pointed out that plants contain anti-nutrients, such as phytates, that can cause humans issues. And this is why veganism really isn't appropriate for humans. Another thing I want to just state here is that I've always been a flavor of keto where I eat meat and veggies, but after several bouts of the coronavirus, I took an antibiotic that really messed up my gut system, and so I don't know what it did with my gut flora, and she talked a lot about gut flora in there too, but now when I eat veggies, I tend to be in the bathroom a lot. So it really makes sense when she talks about the vegetables. I have to limit my vegetables now because when I eat vegetables, I have less of a day because I'm in the bathroom all day. So it makes sense that there's a lot of anti-nutrients in vegetables. The days that I eat only meat and I'm more carnivore, guess what? I'm fine. So she had a slide on just fiber, and she said the human cecum is tiny and can't really digest fiber. So when people are pushing fiber, we are told we need fiber, but on her website she has evidence that suggests that this just really isn't true. I mean, you can eat fiber and you can have it in your diet, but Dr. Berry also says you'll just poop more. So she also had a slide on high fat versus high protein carnivore, and then she had just like all of the nutrients and how much that contains, and I can get that for you if anyone's interested. But the high protein carnivore has way more nutrients, and again, she showed a slide of this, the high fat versus the high protein. The one thing that I have always been interested that she has talked about, and I've known about this for a long time, is the oxidative priority. And if you've never gone to her YouTube videos and watched her YouTube videos on oxidative priority, she talks about your body prioritizes fuel in this order. Number one is alcohol. Number 2 is exogenous ketones. These are the ketones that you can buy from companies that are very expensive and then drink. Number 3 is protein. Number 4 is carbs. And then number 5 is fat. So if you cut out alcohol, just cut out alcohol and exogenous ketones. You don't even need those. And then cut out carbs. You're left with protein and fat, right? And then you prioritize your protein first and then your fat second. And then you can even, if you're not losing, she talks about toning down the fat a little bit. I know there's different camps on high fat, high protein, and I'm not going to get into that today because you have to figure out what works best for your body. You got to figure out which camp you're in and, you know, your macros and everything else, but I'm not getting into that. But she says, you know, prioritize your protein and your fat. So, again, if you cut out alcohol, exogenous ketones, and carbs, you'll be left with protein and fat. So that's what she talked about. And then she said, make sure you eat 0.8 times your lean mass of protein. So she talked about that. Eat enough protein and you will feel satisfied. And then, what else does she say? Do not chase ketones, is what she said. Don't chase ketones. And I personally just have to say for me, and you guys can all do what you want. This is a personal journey. Everybody has to do what they feel is best for them. But I have lost 110 pounds, and I have never once tested a ketones, pricked my finger for blood, or have taken an exogenous ketone. Never once done any of those things. Now, I have tracked my food. I have plugged macros into, which one do I use? Carb Manager is the one that I use. And I know my friends in one of my new groups, they use Chronometer. And I've tried both, and I found Chronometer hard to use. I think it's a little more accurate. But for me, Carb Manager was easier to use, so that's the one that I use. But you get close idea. So I tracked my food. I've used Maria Emmerich's macro calculator to figure out my goals. And that's how I've done it. And I've never once pricked my finger. I've never once taken an exogenous ketone or peed on a stick or any of that. So if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to spend the money on that, you don't have to do that. And you can be successful. The other thing that I found was interesting that Maria talked about was the produce today, the fruits and vegetables today they're not normal. She showed a picture of a strawberry from like a strawberry in the wild, and they're teeny tiny. It was like the size of my pinky. And then she showed a strawberry that you buy at Costco. That thing is like ginormous. And she's like, strawberries in the wild are like teeny tiny little tart things. And strawberries today are like genetically modified, sweet, big, round, like things. So what they're feeding us today is Franken fruit, weird, like, I don't know, lab stuff. So even the fruit today, people are like, eat your fruits and veggies, but it's weird food. It's not, even the fruits and health foods are weird. The other thing that just really got me thinking was she talked about bread in the grocery stores. And this really made me think. She said the bread in the grocery stores lasts forever. Like, 15 years ago, Dino Nuggets. Yes, Kevin, Dino Nuggets. What is a Dino Nugget? So the bread, she talked to the grocery store manager 15 years ago, and this was 15 years ago, and he said the bread would last 2 weeks. It used to last like 8 days. Now it lasts, 15 years ago it lasts 2 weeks, and now it lasts like, I don't know, a month? What does it last? What does a loaf of bread last? What are they putting in our bread? So when I used to buy bread from the Amish store, you know how long it lasts? 3 days. Bread from the Amish store with no preservatives lasts 3 days because they don't put anything in it. They don't put any preservative. You have to use it or freeze it. And the stuff they're selling in the stores is just disgusting. Like, why would you put that in your body? It's just gross. Why would you put bread from the grocery store in your body? It's disgusting. So, and then the other cool thing, and those who were there, if anybody's watching, Lynn, if you're still watching, saw this, but I had an opportunity to step up to the microphone and thank Maria for her recipes and for helping me learn protein sparing modified fasting and her cookbooks, and for sharing my story on her page. And she came off the stage and hugged me. It was really emotional. And several people came up to me after that and thanked me, and I made a lot of friends from that. Oh, and also, I bought a copy of her carnivore cookbook, and guess what? I got a signed copy, and she personalized it for me. So I thought that was really cool. So it's nice to go to this conference and get to meet some of the people who helped save my life. Okay. So the next speakers were Coach Dan Bronson and Coach Natalie Grosso. And let me tell you, Natalie Grosso is like a bikini competitor, I guess you would say. And some of their sayings were, do you eat keto, bro? And don't say no because I can't. Say I'll try because I can. If it is not working, then it is not for you. I like that one. This lifestyle is more than weight loss. It is a big picture health. It's healing the body and the mind too. I added that. When you stall, okay, in this journey, this could mean you need to look at other areas such as fitness, sleep, and stress. So keep those in mind. And then they're big into obviously working out, their fitness coaches. So moving is the only time you can improve your quality of life. These two are fitness coaches, so they stress the importance of moving our bodies. And they're also on YouTube, but they're great motivational speakers. And again, they stress the importance of sleep. They also recommended that everybody go out and get a DEXA scan of their muscle mass at least once in their life, if not multiple times, just to see how much muscles mass we have in our bodies. They say, especially as we age, muscles are a big part of, we need to work out, especially as we get older. The fastest way to lose fat outside of starving ourselves is building muscle, they said. And then every food has a calorie value until it hits the human body. I thought that was interesting. So in this way of living, calories really don't matter. But they said every food has a calorie value until it goes inside the body. Once it hits the human body, it doesn't matter what the calorie value is of the food anymore. I think what they meant by this is the human body processes foods differently. So like 100 calories, for example, of chips are going to process differently than 100 calories of grilled chicken breast. So think about that. Another huge thing that they said is change only one thing at a time. If you change 10 things and you succeed or fail, or especially if you succeed and you see results, you're not going to know which thing worked. If you change too many things at once, you're not going to know which thing got you results. So change one thing at a time. That doesn't work, change one thing at a time. Change one thing at a time, and then you know which thing works. Oh, and then they talked about carb loading, which I would never recommend carb loading. This is probably more for people who are like weightlifters, and if Ann's watching, she could probably speak to that more because she's a weightlifter. But if carb loading is your thing, carbs are not an essential nutrient, by the way. They're not essential. You can live without them. But if carb loading is your thing, and this made me laugh, a donut is not a carb. So I had to write that down. I repeat, a donut is not a carb. So if you're carb loading, you're not going to go out and eat a donut. Come on, let's be real. And then there's no such thing as emotional eating. There's no such thing as emotional eating. You eat to avoid dealing with something.
I thought that was a powerful message. And sometimes, and this happened to me last night, you eat because you're just tired. I think I do that all the time. I'm just tired. But I have stuff to do, so I can't just go to sleep or take a nap or rest because stuff won't get done. So what do I do instead? I eat. So sometimes you just need a nap or rest, right? And why is that? Well, and this explains carbs, because what are carbs? Carbs equal energy. So when you're hungry or you're tired, you go straight for food or carbs. Listen to your body. Sometimes you're sad and tired and you're just trying to muscle through. And when you're muscling through, what do? You go for the food. Makes total sense, right? Exactly. The other thing she said was find your spot. And I think what that means is find your spot where you maximize all your goals. And then this was the best one. And let's see. Coach Dan, he lost it and he got emotional. He broke down. But he said, when he said this is when he lost it. He said, change requires change. And they ended on that. And I thought that was like so powerful. So that was great. That was so powerful. Now, the next speaker, Ben Azadi. Wow. He has a book out. He has some books out. His book out. He's very inspiring. His story is amazing. If you haven't heard of him, I've heard him before, but I guess I just didn't realize how powerful he is. His dad died of complications of diabetes, so he's very, he just, he's on the diabetes, like he just is very, not finding my words here, he just like promotes that cause very much, because that's part of his world. Before he got on his weight loss journey, he was suicidal, and he talked about this, but he would never go through with it because he said he couldn't leave his mom. So he talked about that. That was very personal. But some of the things that he said was keep your goals in front of you. And he writes his down and he keeps them in his wallet or his pocket. So if you have goals that are very important to you, write them down and take them with you somehow. And look at them. So I thought that was cool. And then he put up on the screen, I am responsible, in all caps. So say that to yourself, I am responsible. I thought that was powerful. And then he also said, a lie told enough times becomes the truth. And then he mentioned lipophobia. And lipophobia is the fear of fat. So, meaning the fear of eating fat. We're told that fat's going to give us a heart attack, and all of a sudden, I'm here to tell you, I've been eating fat for 6 years now and losing a ton of weight, and I haven't died yet. So, you make your own choice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. But I can tell you what's happened in my body. He also did the 90-day experiment with carnivore on YouTube. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to. I wrote it down. I haven't had time to do all the things I want to do from this. And then another cool thing, he said, symptoms are your check engine light that you are eating something bad. So what this means is if you eat something and then you feel bad afterwards, that's probably an indication that food or whatever you ate, you probably shouldn't eat. And this happens to me all the time. Most of the time it's accidental, like if I go somewhere and eat something someone else prepared, or I go to a restaurant and then I can't walk for 4 days because my joints hurt so bad. But if you eat something and your check engine light comes on, make note of what you eat and then don't eat it again. I have a question. Does anyone want to answer this? What percentage of TV is funded by Big Pharma? Anyone want to wager a guess? He asked us this in a conference. Now, I have the answer from about 2020, but I'm going to give you the answer that I got from him. Is anyone still watching me? I want to answer in the comments. What percentage of TV higher? It's not 47%, it's higher. This was in 2020. What percentage of TV is funded by Big Pharma? I about pooped my pants. Yeah, Lynn, you got it because you were there. 75%. Good job. Lynn gets it, but Lynn was there. So, woohoo! Lynn got it. It's 75% as of 2020. But, I mean, honestly, it doesn't surprise me. Sorry, Lynn, you're rehearing everything. Sorry, Lynn, you get to rehear everything from the concert. As spoken not as eloquently by me. But it's okay. I'm reporting back to everybody in my channel who didn't get to go. And then, also, so you guys know, for the skeptics out there, keto is not a fad diet, right? It's not a fad diet. And I'm living proof of this. I did it once 20 years ago when it was called the Atkins diet and lost 30 pounds. Yeah, they're running out of the names for the drugs. Rest is big food. Yes, 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 yes. And it says Seymour here. What is... Hold on. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I love you. Keto's not a fad diet. I've been doing it for 6 years now, lost 110 pounds. 20 years ago, when it was called the Atkins diet, I did it and lost 30 pounds, but then I went on my honeymoon. Lisa's in the house. Welcome, Lisa. Lost 30 pounds, but then I went on my honeymoon and quit. And then, again, I'll get my story out there on YouTube eventually, but it's quite long. It might take a few hours to tell in several sessions. Okay, so he also said the best test that you can get, now write this down, the best test you can get is a fasting insulin test. And if someone else shouted out, if your doctor or insurance won't pay for it, you can get a fasting insulin test on your own. Write this down at ownyourlabs.com. Ownyourlabs.com for $12. I just had my fasting insulin test done last week, and I'll be happy to share my labs. I have something going on. My B vitamins are off the charts. I have to do some research on that. But hey, Tori, welcome. Oh, remember when I said I was going to come back to the seeds discussion? The other thing cool that he did, and I'm going to go order mine because I haven't figured out a way to do this yet. Go to www.seedoilcard.com and order your I'm allergic to seed oils. They have these pre-made cards you can get, probably for free. I don't know. If not, print your own up. It says, I'm allergic to seed oils. Take this to a restaurant, hand it to your waiter, and ask the waiter to cook your food in butter or beef tallow. Watch your waiter freak out. And then they'll take it back to the chef and say, look, I have someone here who can't have seed oils. The other thing was, and I had already known this, but I forget who the person was. I think Dr. Berry interviewed her. I wish I wrote down the name. And I'll try to share this on the page, but she wrote a book, and I think she was like the Lakers coach or something. But do you know how long seed oils stay in your body? It takes to get seed oils out of your body, the inflammation from seed oils. Lynn, do you know the answer to this one too? How long does it take the inflammation from seed oils to get out of your body? Anyone? A guess? Does anyone want to take a guess? How long it takes the damage and inflammation from seed oils to get out of your body? And most restaurants use this, which is why I hardly ever go out to eat anymore. No, it takes 2 years, Lynn. I need to share this video because I saw it, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 months ago, and I about fell on the floor. Because every once in a while, I'm like, it's not going to hurt me once in a while, right? But when I saw that, I'm like, it's going to hurt me for 2 years. It takes 2 years to get the inflammation and damage from damage to your heart, damage to your organs, damage to your joints. Seed oils they cause cancer, all kinds of crap stuff. So everybody needs to go to www.seedoil.com and order one of these cars. Just keep it in your wallet. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's gross. So I just don't even order anything that could be fried anymore. So instead, I just seed oils or canola oil. Help me out here, Lynn. Canola oil. Anything that's not olive oil, avocado oil, bacon grease, beef tallow. What are the seed oils? Jana, I'm going to send you Dr. Barry's. I'm going to send you a document that he has that lists all the seed oils, okay? I'll do that offline. He has a whole list of them. But I wouldn't even touch like peanut oil or anything like that. Hi, Debbie. So, and Lynn's going to remember this one. Yeah, avocado. No, avocado oil's okay. I think avocado's okay. I use avocado oil all the time. Is that on there, Lynn? Dr. Barry says avocado oil's okay. Avocado's okay. But I'll send you the list once we're off. Sorry, this live might be long, so if you have to drop off, it's okay. But I'm going to go through everything. Then he told the story of a man who died in a walk-in freezer boxcar. Do you remember this, Lynn? This one really got me. His name was Nick Sitzman. All of his co-workers left for the day, and he got trapped in a freezer boxcar. And he was banging on the doors, right? Banging on the doors. Nobody was there. He was screaming. His voice was becoming hoarse. Yeah, I think you might have to be careful what kind of avocado oil you use. So Nick Sitzman got trapped in a freezer boxcar and was banging on the doors. All of his co-workers left for the day, right? And then he decided, okay, I'm trapped in here. And he was getting cold. And so he just decided to start writing, or actually, I looked up the story. He found a knife, and so he started carving, I think it was on the floor, every several hours, how he felt and what was going on. And so he started carving messages in the floor like, it's so cold, my body's starting to get numb. So actually what happened was the next morning the crew members found him dead. And they found Nick dead, but guess what? The boxcar wasn't even turned on. The freezer system wasn't even turned on. So Nick believed that the boxcar freezer system was turned on and he froze to death. The autopsy said he was frozen to death, is what the autopsy said, but the refrigeration freezer system was never turned on. He had worried himself to death thinking he was freezing to death, and he actually had the symptoms of freezing to death. So the moral of this story is your mind and your brain can play such tricks on you that they're so severe that you, and this is what stress can do to you, that you can actually kill yourself from it. So he told that story, and I just thought, whoa, this is what stress can do to our bodies. It can be so severe that we can die from it. So I thought that was just incredible, that story. The other thing they talked about is we need more vitamin G. Vitamin G. Hey, Lynn, what is vitamin G? Do you remember what vitamin G is? I'm picking on you because you were there. Anybody know what vitamin G is? We all need more vitamin G. Does anybody know what vitamin G is? I guess what vitamin G is? Anyone? Vitamin G is gratitude. So every day we need to maybe write down what we're grateful for. Every day. No matter how terrible we feel, we don't feel good, we don't feel like working out, we don't feel like eating right. Take a moment to write down what we're grateful for. Yes, gratitude! Lynn remembers. Okay, awesome. So then, that was my takeaways from him. He was amazing. Look, that was Benazati. Look him up. He's actually a really great speaker. Then we have Chris Bear. He is the owner of Keto Chow and Salty. I don't recommend a lot of keto products, but you do have to have electrolytes. And he makes, I haven't tried Salty yet. I'm going to, but I have used Keto Chow electrolytes, and I do love those. So, he said, you are not a nuclear reactor, and then he kind of went through a long list of why you need electrolytes, but he said maintain your sodium and you will keep your other electrolytes happy. So sodium, you start with that. He said salt to taste. If you salt to taste, that tells you how much your body needs. If you salt too much past your taste, your body doesn't need more than that. So salt to make your food taste good. He also said Himalayan salt has a higher incidence of lead in it. So be careful with Himalayan salt. And then the manufacturers of some pink salt, it's not really pink salt. They have taken sea salt and just dyed it pink. So that's some of the gimmicks some manufacturers have done. Personally, I am going to recommend this product because Redmond's Real Salt is a real true salt, and it's just amazing. I love it. So that is one product. And I don't get any money from them. So I just love them, and it's a pure salt, and it tastes good. And then I never heard of Celtic salt before. It's not a regional salt. It's just how it's made. But it contains mud and water, so you're not even paying for a pound of salt when you buy it. You're paying for, I don't know, 3/4 of it, and then the rest is mud and water. So why would you even want that? And then he also said, if your doctor tells you, and again, I'm not a doctor and I can't give you medical advice, but he said, ooh, Janine's in the house. Welcome, Janine. He said, if your doctor tells you you have high blood pressure and you should limit your salt, ask them to provide you with literature to support that statement and see what they give you. He said, chances are they're not going to have any supporting documentation that salt causes high blood pressure. And actually, again, I'm living proof of that. Ooh, hey sis. I'm living proof of that because they told me to go on, what's the low salt diet? What's the low salt diet? I forget what. My doctor told me to go on the low salt diet. I forget what they call it. And then when I lost 110 pounds, I got off all my high blood pressure medicine. And now I lick a Redmond's Real Salt rock. And I put as much salt as I want on my food. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Sorry. But I eat as much salt as I want. And guess what? I don't have high blood pressure anymore. So, but again, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you what to do, but do your research and read the Salt Fix by Dr. James D. Nicolantino. I think that's how you say it. And then, last but not least, we had Dr. Ken Berry. And I'm just going to say, I think it was Andy said in her video I shared, she said the word pissed. He said he was pissed. He was salty. And I'm just going to say he was going off on every other word was a swear word. He was just going off. And he was mad at big pharma, big government. Well, he did tell a story about a little boy that I shared, and he cured his eczema, so that's sweet. I shared it in a group. If you have a chance to watch it, watch it. It really is a sweet story. But one cool thing that he did, read The Salt Fix. That's a great book, one of my favorite books. Anyway, he had everybody stand up that reversed their type 2 diabetes. So if you know someone who has type 2 diabetes, they really should try this diet. And I recommend get your blood tested before you start this. Then come back in 90 days. Ask the doctor, look, I'm going to make some dietary changes. I'd like to have my blood. And don't tell them what you're doing. Just say I'm going to start a whole food diet. I'm going to start a whole food diet, cut sugar, eliminate processed foods. and I just like to have my blood checked. Don't tell them you're doing keto. Don't tell them you're doing anything like that. Just say, look, or tell them I'm doing a modified Mediterranean diet. They like to hear that. But don't tell them what you're doing. Just say, I want to have my blood work tested. And what was that? I want a fasted insulin test and my blood glucose, and get all your blood done. And in 90 days, ask to have your blood work tested again. If you're not sure, do it again in 90 days and see how things are. And they'll probably test your A1C too, if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic. And then, do it again. That's what I did. When I started this 6 years ago, I'm like, everyone's like, you're going to wreck your kidneys, you're going to wreck your liver. And so they scared me. Like, I didn't know. They really scared me. And I'm like, so I just said, okay, it's not going to kill me in 3 months. Nothing can kill you in 3 months. So I just had blood work done, every 6 months. And the doctor's like, keep doing what you're doing because stuff's getting better and you're losing weight. My old doctor. I have a new doctor and she's not as on board. But then Dr. Berry said, if we are not sharing this lifestyle with everyone we know, then we are doing a disservice to our loved ones and the people that know our loved ones. Then he pointed out that ADM, which is an agricultural company, because he was just going off on everybody, an ag company that controls 35% of our agriculture. So if you're able to go out and get eggs from a local farmer, do that, because the eggs you're getting from the store are like chickens that are cooped up and not eating, not eating right and everything else. So, the other cool thing, I just remembered this. When you go to your doctor, if you don't like what you're being told, or you're not trusting, or something doesn't sit well. Do you remember, Lynn? Do you remember what Dr. Berry said about doctors? Doctors are just... Remember what he said? Doctors are just dudes and chicks. Doctors are just dudes and chicks. I love that. So they're just regular people with degrees that they can give us meds and stuff like that. So if you don't like something your doctor is telling you, and then I've also heard this not in the, they may have said this at the conference. I don't know who said it, but it might be something that, I listen to podcasts all the time, so maybe it wasn't at the conference, but if your doctor is forcing you to take, actually, I heard it on Dr. Berry's Monday Night Live. It was a veteran who has to go to the VA clinic, and in order for him to get further service, he has to take a medication. If he doesn't take this medication, they're going to deny him other services. So the advice was given in Dr. Berry's Monday Night Live to go and fill, doctors are just dudes and chicks. So, to take the prescription and fill it, and it was for us, capitalist dudes and chicks. So take the prescription and fill it, and if they don't want to take, I think it was for a statin. If they don't want to take the statin, don't take the statin, but fill the prescription. I mean, there's nothing forcing you to take that pill in your mouth if you don't want to take the pill in your mouth. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling anybody not to take their statin medication. But if you make the personal decision that you don't want to take a medication, or you want to try managing whatever without whatever, that's between you and your doctor. So again, I'm not telling anybody, profit over people. That's right. So I can't give anybody medical advice, but it's everybody's personal decision. If you don't want to take a medication, but somebody's forcing you in order to get additional medical treatment for something else, which I don't agree with, I think is wrong. And that's my personal opinion. You are all entitled to your own opinions. You can fill the prescription and do what you want with the pills. If you want to take them, take them. If you don't want to take them, You don't have to take them. That's your choice. Okay, so Dr. Canberry was also instrumental. Janine, who's in the slide now, sent Dr. Berry to me as well. So Dr. Berry and Maria Emick are the two people who I started with 6 years ago. And I share his videos religiously in this group. I share his one-on-one playlist for the newbies. I try to get on his Monday Night Lives as much as possible. And I follow everything he says. So it was my honor. It was my honor to meet him in person and have my photo taken with him and Nisha. I bought this book. I bought this book for my doctor who has retired. I bought this book and given it as gifts. I think I gave a copy to my mom. I may have sent Janine a copy. And I listened, I have the audiobook too, but I bought a physical copy. And so it was my honor to get a signed copy. So that was awesome. And then if you are not subscribed to his YouTube channel, please do me a favor and go out and do that and start watching his videos, because there's a wealth of knowledge out there on how to fix your health. Okay. You may have noticed today that we had a name change for the group. So nothing worrisome there. We just have a few new members from all over the country, and I felt it was time to make the group more inclusive sounding. Also, you stay tuned, because I'm going to start opening up the live streams up on YouTube. So I needed the name to be consistent so that I can start doing the live streams on YouTube. So the name would be consistent with the name there. This group will still be very, very, very active, so don't worry about that. I will share more on the YouTube channel once I get that up and running, and you will all be the first to know. This recommendation was made to me at the conference, that I really need to get a YouTube channel up and running so that I can get this information out to more people, and it's more accessible. If it's just in this group, less people, get the information. So now, this, like I said, might go a little bit over an hour, but the next thing I wanted to share is we got a little goodie bag here. So when you go to this conference, and I hope some of you consider going, it wasn't as expensive as I thought. We got a discounted rate on the hotel. So the hotel for Friday and Saturday was $444. So we split that between two people. So I think I paid like a couple $100 for that. Now, that doesn't include the Jelly Roll concert that I went to. But we ended up not going to a steak dinner. So the Jelly Roll concert ticket equated to the steak dinner we weren't allowed to go. Well, we weren't allowed. We just didn't have time to go to. So, and then of course we got our little name badges that you have to have. And then, for some reason I still have a raffle ticket in here. Apparently I didn't check. Yeah, okay, so I'm getting ready to go through this because I did not eat anything, Lynn, because I'm like, I want to go through everything. So we all got energy drinks. So I'm going to try some of this stuff, and if there's anything good in here, I'll probably let you all know. This is from Key. It's an energy drink. But I don't really like lime, but Charmaine really liked the other flavor, so I gave her my flavor. I don't remember what it was. This honestly looks like bird seed, but it's Ella's Flat All Seed Savory Crisps, and it is spicy. Lynn, feel free to post in the comments if you ate any of this stuff and if it was good. This is riced broccoli and cauliflower. So we got this full green rice, broccoli, and cauliflower. These, I really wanted to eat these. These are by Chalk Zero though, and I don't tend to buy stuff by Chalk Zero because this has malic acid in it. Fruit. Okay, so what is fructooligosaccharide? Dextrin. See, there's dextrin in this stuff. I try to eat clean. But good, better, best. Broccoli flour. Yeah, Kevin. I try to eat clean and chalk zero this stuff has dextrin in it, which is another name for sugar. So, I mean, as a treat, I may do it, but okay. So this thing right here, the Keto Brick, I'm really interested in, and these look like they're $20 a piece. I'm not sure what kind of. I'm looking at the ingredients right now. Organic cacao butter, whey protein, natural flavors, guar gum, stevia leaf extract, Himalayan rock salt, lecithin sunflower, MCT powder, MCT oil. I don't see anything in here that looks real bad. Yeah. But I looked at a review online because I didn't even know what this thing was. It is hard. So I thought, man, that feels like I'm going to crack a tooth on it. And I'm wearing braces. Well, I don't, they're Invisalign, but. Okay, and I don't know what the zootropic is. But it's got a really interesting Zen type cover. I don't know what this is. I'm assuming you put this in some sort of drink. Change your brain, change your life. So, the ingredients on this are MCT powder, coconut milk powder, lion's mane mushroom. What is that? Mushroom creamer? Fruiting body, L-theanine, alpha side. This seems pretty plain. So, have you tried that, Lynn? Ooh. Oryx desert salt. That looks interesting. So, and this has a whole food sticker on it. So this looks like little packets of Oryx salt from the Kalahari. So that looks interesting. Okay, oh good. Oh, this is dangerous. So see, these are why I don't like trying these products because, so this is a packet from Keto Chow, a 5-pack free sampler with any order, and then I got Booyah Berry. Now I really like, so I just bought some Element, and then I found out that they're using a bad sweet, I think maltodextrin in them, and they didn't disclose it to the customer, so I'm pretty upset about that. And then Salty came out with these, so I'm excited to try these because I probably should have bought some there because they probably would have been cheaper. But I'll probably use up what I have first, even though it's not good. And then this is Ketone IQ. Now, I have never taken, is this an exogenous ketone? I've never taken an exogenous ketone. So it's non-GMO, no sugar, no caffeine. I guess you stopped Element too. Yeah, I probably won't order it again. I'll probably order Salty. But shoot, so now if I try this, I can never say, I have never once taken an exogenous ketone, right? It's funny. Maybe I'll give it to my husband and say, here, drink this. It'll make you feel better. Oh! A zero sugar. Oh, I'm not sharing the beef stick. So this is zero sugar, the new primal beef stick. Hi, Tina. Tina's in the house. Oh, these are my own nut. These are nuts that I brought. Oh, I'm so hungry right now. I'm intermittent fasting. Oh, some more salt from that company. I wondered what these were, but now that I recognize that. Ooh, IQ bar. Has anyone had these IQ bars? Those look yummy. I so wanted to open one of these, but I stopped myself because I'm like, no, I'm going to do a live when I get home and go through all the products. Oh, cool. A chip clip from Ketopalouza. Oh, my peanut butter one got a little smushed. It's okay, it'll still be good. And then these are my favorites. So we got 2 little salt shakers from Redmond's Real Salt, and I bought, well, actually when I bought Maria's, no, it was Dr. Barry and Nisha have their own little packs that you can get discount codes, and you get a whole pack. And one of theirs has a whole pack of these, but these are great. I keep one of these in my desk at work, and then you can keep one in your purse, so when you go to the restaurant, you always have your own salt with you. So these things are great, and then they're refillable. So I bring them home when they're empty, and I just refill them with the salt I have at home from them. And what is it? Oh, so this is scrummy, sweet, and buttery syrup. But it doesn't have the ingredients in there, so I don't know if it's clean or not. Although the 2 Crazy Ketos promote this, and I saw in their live this week that they said that that she had her own health problems, and so she formulated the syrup from there, and she made it herself. Now that she's gone, commercial though, you never know if the formulation is the same. So we'll see. And then they were handing out these Ketopalouza towels. And then they were giving out coffee from the Frankenmuth Coffee Company in Frankenmuth, Michigan, which is one of my places I really want to go. And then I joined this group of really wonderful, friendly people called SuccessfulKetoLifestyle.com. And so it has no sugar in it, and it has no bad sugars, right? I gotta look up the ingredients on that yet. But they gave me these little motivational cards, which I thought was neat. And it tells you who says it. We are all born in ketosis, which is true. Let's keep it that way. When in doubt, just eat meat. The goal for carbohydrates eaten each day is 0. That's Dr. Simas. And it tells you who said each one is. Oh, I like this one. This information is too damn important not to be free. That's from Dr. Kim Berry. So I got those. And they give you a little stand to put them on, and magnets. And then I got a 2 Crazy Keto sticker. So, early May, Frankenmuth Beer Festival, Kevin says. I don't drink beer. But, let's see, what else? Did I get anything else? So, any questions? I know we're over an hour, but that's okay. I knew this was going to be a little bit longer. I ordered some new technology to start up my YouTube live stream. So once I get that together, most people stream on YouTube and not Facebook anymore anyway. I will let you all know we're still going to keep this group. I will probably share the YouTube live streams in the Facebook group. I've got some cool features that are going to be in those live streams. I'm also working on a coaching plan as well. So there'll be more information coming from that. I'm trying to look into developing some classes, that sort of thing. But again, that's early in the works. So there'll be more information about that coming. Whew. Whoa, I met some amazing people. Lynn, who is in this, is one of them. I love you, Lynn. We're going to be friends for life. I just know it. And so many people touched me. I did get some really cool business cards from some contacts that I made while I was there. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to drag some of you out of your homes to go next year. Yes, she says. I'm going to drag Jana, you're coming with me next year, right? You're coming with me. I'm telling you, your life will be changed. Your life will be changed if you come with me next year. I don't know if she's still in this, but I'm going to drag Jana with me. Janine, if Janine's watching, you're going to fly home from Vegas, and then we're going to drive to this. So Janine is my sister, and she's the one who got me started on keto, saved my life 6 years ago. So she better go. And then, oh look, there's a meat stick in here. I don't know. I must have ate something and threw the stick in the bag. Bonus. And then we got some pens. So, any questions? Yeah, I should drag her. She's so beautiful. She reminds me of Nisha. She looks a little bit like Nisha, Dr. Barry's wife. And, oh man. I didn't do the walk though. That was the only thing I didn't do just because I didn't feel like I was in shape enough to do it. And 4 miles is a lot. And I've had all those hip surgeries. So I just didn't feel up to it. But maybe if I start training now, I can do the 4-mile walk next year. Maybe that's a goal. So, okay, well, dang, I probably talked enough. I probably said more than you guys wanted to hear. But I wanted to just kind of go through my talking points in case there was something. And obviously, you don't want to hear me say these things. You want to come to the conference and you want to hear the speakers say these things. Because it's when the speakers say them, it's just more moving than when I say them. But I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of some of the cool things that we heard while we were there. And it was just, and not even the speakers, getting to know each other and hearing each other's stories was just, I mean, there's so many stories in that room, and they only open it up to 350 people. They don't let any more than 350 people in those rooms because they want to keep it small and they want to keep it a family. And so when they announce those tickets, you got to buy one. All right, everybody, we're already 10 minutes over. Well, I guess I started a little late, so we're probably about an hour. Oh, Lynn says she walked to the Brazilian restaurant 6 blocks the night before. Didn't do the walk either. Yeah. I know I look really healthy, but 4 miles is a lot for me to walk. So I probably could do it if I started walking on a regular basis, but with several hip injuries, I just not. That would have been a lot for me. So awesome, everybody. Thank you for watching my live, and I love you all. And you're such an inspiration to me. And we'll get together soon, okay? Talk to you later. I'm going to end it now. See you soon.